Hello, welcome to the first workshop in a series entitled Securing Surfing the Web Safely, Tips for Staying Private and Secure on the Internet, a Guide to Digital Safety and Privacy. This is, as I mentioned, in the first workshop in a series defined to be organized during 2024 and 2025 year um, by ATU-USSUN. ATU-USSUN is a student body, a student association or network affiliated both to ATU and USSUN. ATU is Allama Tabatabai University located in Tehran, and USSUN is the United Students of the Silk Road Universities Network, that is a student network administered by both Allama Tabatabai University in Tehran and the Silk Road Universities Network in South Korea. I would like to first introduce myself. My name is Rasul Firuzi. I have the honor to be the first presenter and the first speaker in the series of workshops as the secretary of the ATU-USSUN, appointed by both ATU and the Silk Road Universities Network Secretary General. I'm currently a PhD student in translation studies at Allama Tabatabai University. Moreover, during the past 12 years, I have been working as the senior officer in charge of international correspondence, international rankings, and more importantly, international websites, creating content and creating correspondence and creating some data for English websites of the university. During past years, I have encountered so many points while administering the websites. Moreover, during my personal digital life in the past 10 years, and regarding the rapid expansion of IT and internet and social media and digital technologies in the world, I have seen many threats and many opportunities in the digital world. And I saw this opportunity to present my experience. I'm not an expert. I'm not a graduate in IT disciplines or programs, but I have some hands-on and practical experience in the area of information technology. So this workshop is going to address some of the threats or some of the dangers um, existing in the cyber space, in the IT world, which might endanger, which might threaten your um, personal and professional data and privacy and security. Well, as I introduced myself, I mentioned that I have been appointed as the secretary of the SAN, the ATU-USSUN. ATU, or Allama Tabatabai University, is the only public university in Iran that is specializing in the humanities and social sciences. ATU is the only university in Iran which does not deal with any mechanical, any engineering, any medicine, or any other areas except the humanities and social sciences. Accordingly, we are focused on the programs and the departments and the disciplines concentrated and focused on the areas of humanities and social sciences. We have been actively involved in various types of activities and have had cooperation with the Silk Road Universities Network, or the SUN, since 2015. We have been host to the Secretariat General of the Silk Road Universities Network since 2015. And today that I'm talking to you, I have the honor to present this workshop. We have the ATU branch of the ATU-USSUN, or United Students of the Silk Road Universities Network. That is one of the two branches, the other being located in Hankook University of Foreign Studies in South Korea. Well, I would like to just start the workshop with the first slide being about the various threats or various, let's say, introduction to online safety. Safety is the first slide that I'm going to talk about. We can just compare in a very simple terms. Compare the internet or the cyberspace to a sort of a jungle. A jungle is a very beautiful place. There are so many plants, there are so many cute animals, there are so many things for humans and other living beings to use and remain alive, to survive. So there are so many opportunities. However, there are also so many threats. There are wild animals, there are some unknown creatures for many human beings to be wary of, to be careful about, and a jungle perhaps is a good example for the cyberspace or the internet as a place which encompasses both opportunities and threats, and the internet is the same in this respect. So, in today's digital world, staying safe while surfing the web is crucial, and many people unfortunately overlook or ignore their privacy and security, making them vulnerable to various online threats. This presentation will share the essential tips to help you navigate the internet safely and securely. Well, to highlight the importance of online privacy in today's world, we can just point to a few important aspects that we should be careful about in the internet. Uh, the key term here is privacy and security. Our privacy is very important as we make doors to our houses, as we bring about or set up walls around the houses in order to remain secure, in order to remain private. It is also very important to remain private on the internet. And there are so many tips in order to secure our privacy, because without a strong digital privacy controls, our personal information would be exploited and lead to some very unfortunate events like financial loss, like identity theft, like personal damages, personal harms, like reputational damages, like embarrassment, like humiliation, emotional distress, like intimidation and discrimination, and many other things that are not really satisfactory to most human beings. Well, in a very small nutshell, we can summarize the uh, major types of threats or cyber threats into four major types. The first type is phishing, the second type is malware. The third type is actually ransomware, and the fourth type is identity theft. Well, in order to just have a very short introduction to them, phishing, as I have explained on the slide, is tricking users into giving sensitive information and through deceptive emails. So you receive an email containing a link that is deceiving you into clicking the link For example, it is saying that um, you have won a very grand prize. It is saying you that your email capacity or storage is um, completely full. Please click on the link below to, for example, request for more storage. Um, and many other examples can be brought here. It is mostly conducted by hackers through deceptive emails, deceptive SMS, and through links that do not show themselves to be dangerous, but they are actually dangerous. The second type of cyber threat is malware. Mal means bad, and ware is the second part of software. Malware is a word consisting of malicious software. So the mixture of malicious software has created the word malware. Malware is a software or a malicious software that damages systems or steals personal data or sensitive data. The most representative and the most simple example is computer and mobile software, softwares designed as viruses, dangerous applications um, created in the form of safe applications, created in the form of images, videos, documents, and many other things that are actually viruses and not authentic files. The third type of cyber threat is ransomware. Ransomware is a mixture of two words, ransom and software. So ransom, as you know, is the money or mm, um, any valuable property that you pay in order to free something from hostage or somebody from hostage. So ransomware is a software that requests you to pay money, pay Bitcoin, pay a dollar, pay gold, or pay anything, any other valuable thing in exchange for your sensitive data to be freed from hostage. For example, um, you receive an email informing you that all your personal images or photographs um, have been um, have been just leaked into the hands of a hacker. So the hacker has access to images, your personal, your family images, uh, and because you do not want your data, personal information to be publicized, the hacker requests you to give or pay some money in order for your data, for your sensitive properties to be released. And the fourth type of cyber threat is identity theft. Identity theft is uh, someone using someone's personal information to commit fraud. For example, I'm a hacker. I have your ID card number. I have your bank card number. I have your um, any other sensitive information, and use those information in secrecy to do some fraud on your behalf. So I do anything bad on the internet or in the physical world, but I don't say I'm the real person. I'm not the real person. I say that I'm the real owner of those sensitive data. So phishing, malware, ransomware, and identity theft are the four major types of cyber threats that we just must be familiar with in order to be safe in the internet. So the first step, um, as we just want to emphasize in this workshop, the first step is that you should increase your knowledge about different types of threats and then find out how you can remain safe and secure and private from those attacks and those threats. Well, the first most important thing about remaining secure and private and on the internet is using secure web browsers and browsing the web securely. Um, Perhaps you have checked during recent years the address bar of your internet web browser. For example, on the Chrome browser, on the Mozilla Firefox browser, you have seen that most internet website addresses start with HTTPS and not HTTP. Today, it is compulsory for all websites to have the S at the end of HTTP. And the S that I have marked on the image with red shows that the actually address, the website address is safe. Well, or secure, let's say. So it is compulsory for all users to check for the URLs on the address bar of the browser. For example, you want to go to google.com, just check the address bar and make sure it says HTTPS 2 points or code, colon, 2 slashes, and then www.google.com. So before google.com, you should check the address in order to make sure this address starts with HTTPS. Otherwise, you should hesitate about the security of the website that you're checking. This is the most important point and the first step for entering into a secure and private internet. The other point about this is that you should install apps, most importantly, the internet browsers from authentic sources, like, for example, from the, if you are on a MacBook, install them from the authentic website. From if you want to install Google, download the Google Chrome from google.com. If you want to download Google Chrome, the second secure and most private choice is to install the app from the App Store, the official App Store on the MacBook, on Windows, on Android, on the iOS, and any other device that you're using. The second most important point is to keep your browser up to date. Apart from the browser, it is also important to keep the add-ons, the extensions up to date. For example, you have so many extensions for your password managers, for taking screenshots from the browser, for blocking the advertisements, for anything else. And it is very important to install those add-ons from official stores, and in order to remain them up to date from the same stores. And the second important point is to use strong passwords. Well, many websites have user dashboards. And in order to use those services, in order to buy anything, in order to order, in order to do anything on a website, like, for example, Amazon or any other website, you need to create an account, a personal account, with a username and password. So the username is your choice, and the password is the most important point that you should be careful about. The password must be complex enough. So if your password is simple, the key to your home's lock is simple enough to be hacked by anybody who wants to enter your house. Okay, a password is the gate to your account, is the gate to your privacy, the gate to your internet properties and cyber properties. So you should make sure on every single website to use very strong passwords, and make sure to use both letters A, B, C to Z, use numbers 1 to 9 and 0, and to use symbols, a mixture of all three elements, in order to use a password that is complex enough. And it is also advised on most websites to use more than 8 characters or perhaps 12 characters to keep the password complex enough and difficult for the hackers to guess, or for the software hacking software to break? Well, you should avoid common predictable words like, for example, your identity number, your father's name, your mother's name, your own name, your ID numbers, your national numbers, your date of birth, your um, year of birth, and any other thing that is something that many people might know. Um, Consider using a password manager. The key to this slide is that you can use um, password manager softwares to generate complex passwords and use the password generated by those software on your accounts on the internet. For example, I'm using Bitwarden, the one that I have introduced here. Bitwarden is an open source password manager. It is free. Its source code, source data is published on GitHub, and many developers are using and are monitoring this password manager for its privacy and security. It is safe, private, and secure enough to be used, and it is completely famous, completely renowned, world renowned for everybody who wants to remain safe and use passwords generated and saved in a password manager. The second function introduced and offered by password managers is that they provide the ability, this actually facility for you to save all your account information, your username and password, in a very secure place, and access your username and passwords everywhere around the world, on any device, on any in any country that you go traveling, and you will not use your access to um, passwords wherever you are. You just need to have an internet and a web browser to have access to your passwords. However, the most important point over here is to use a very, very, very complex password for Bitwarden, because the password you define for the password manager software is the key to all your keys. So the mother password should be very strong and strong enough to um, make you um, reliable and comfortable about um, keeping all your passwords and personal sensitive information secure from hackers. Of course, there are other choices to be used like one password, like LastPass, and many other choices. They are paid. If you want to receive more professional uh, features, you can just go and use those options. However, I have not encountered any issue during recent years. It is more than 3 or 5 years I'm using Password Manager, Bitwarden as my main password manager, and I have encountered no issue by the very sense of the word. Well, another important point to keep you secure is using and enabling multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. Sometimes it is called two-factor, and some other websites it is called multi-factor authentication. It is a sort of a two-step or multi-step process, making sure that for entering your account, you um, you pass more than one step and use more than one password in order to enter your account. For example, if you, for example, use some simple password and somebody gains access to your major password, uh, if you have enabled your multi-factor authentication, every time anybody wants to enter your account, even if they have your password, your main password, the website will ask the person, the individual, to enter the code sent to your SMS or sent to your mobile phone through SMS or sent to your email address by email or any other way. The solution that I suggest over here in this presentation is to use two or multi-factor authentication through enabling multi or two-factor authentication softwares. And the software that I'm currently using is Google Authenticator. developed by Google, but can be used for two-factor enabling two-factor authentication anywhere else on the internet, even for Microsoft and other websites that have their own authenticator apps. The other one is Microsoft Authenticator, Stratum, and the last one is 2FAS. But the one I'm using is Google Authenticator, and it is open source. It is cloud-based. All your passwords, all your credentials are backed up on Google Drive, and it is so secure, so safe, and completely free. Um, However, you can use whatever option that you might be more comfortable with. Is a choice that depends on you. Um, the next point worth paying attention to is to be careful about public Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi you have on your home is okay because you have this is a device, a modem, a router, um, just broadcasting Wi-Fi on your home, and you have set a strong password for Wi-Fi, and nobody else can access to Wi-Fi. Even if anybody can access your home Wi-Fi, they can use your internet, and um, it is not so much dangerous. However, on the public Wi-Fi, for example, on the airport, on some institutions, some public places like restaurants, coffee shops, and many other places, there are many cases where public Wi-Fi's are provided for free, and it is most of the time is used as some trick to absorb more customers. Coffee shop says, for example, come here and drink a coffee while using free internet and Wi-Fi we provide. So sweet and so cute, but it is dangerous. It is really dangerous. So you should avoid using public Wi-Fi's as far as you're not forced to. You do not have to use those Wi-Fi internet connections. Um, Moreover, if you are forced to use Wi-Fi's, you should consider using VPN, a reliable VPN software to remain private, because when using your VPN, uh, your your real identity is concealed, and um, the provider of the Wi-Fi cannot identify actually what user is using those is surfing the web. However, even if you use a VPN, you should not use. You're not advised actually to use um, banking transactions and some similar sensitive um, activities while using and connected to public Wi-Fi's. Um, just like the web browsers that I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, it is a very good practice to keep every software updated on your operating system, even your operating system. If you have a MacBook, your Mac OS must be kept online, must be kept up to date, and must receive the latest software update officially published and released by Apple. If you're using Windows 11 or Windows 10, that is currently are the two currently actually Windows operating systems um, um, supported by Microsoft. It is a must. It is compulsory to keep your operating system updated and regularly check for updates provided by Microsoft. Security patches are more important. Cumulative updates are very important, but it is a good practice even to receive optional updates because they include also some fixes to bugs in the operating system reported by beta developers and beta testers. Um, so, in order to remain safe on the internet and in order to um, um, strengthen your identity, your internet connection, and to avoid being vulnerable in the internet, it is advised that you use the most up-to-date operating system the most up-to-date versions of your software, the software that you have bought or you have downloaded from open source um, providers, and to keep them up to date. And regarding the software, it is also a good practice to avoid using cracks, avoid using patches, avoid using keygens, and many other things that um, just bypass buying the authentic versions of software, because many of the patches, many of the keygens just hack and inscribe some insecurities within the operating system and do some unsafe activities behind the scene and can be dangerous most of the times. As I emphasized during the definition of different cyber threats and for the phishing attacks, I emphasized that links are very important on the internet. Links can sometimes include some dangerous and some dangers, some threats for you, and some traps in order to trick you, provide some sensitive information, and give the hackers the key to your personal information. So do not click on any link that you receive. Do not, and if you click, if it is just in a situation that you want to click on those links, just make sure after clicking the link, look at the address bar and make sure the websites are secure, the websites are authentic. If it claims to be, for example, google.com, gmail.com, just make sure that the address matches with the official address of those providers. So the links, the pop-ups, the masked URLs, and the other dangers that can be inserted and can be hidden under links are very important factors that you should pay attention to. The other point here is using VPNs. The VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. One of the uses of VPN is to bypass internet blockage and internet censorship. But the most important usage for VPNs is to conceal identity, to remain secure, to remain anonymous through the internet. If it is important for you to remain anonymous, to conceal your identity, to hide your real identity through the internet, it is very important to use a VPN every time you are using the internet, surfing the web, and every time it is important for you to remain secure and anonymous. So the benefit is that VPNs encrypt data at your own device and the server that acts as a tunnel. Your data are encrypted, decrypted, and then encrypted and decrypted numerously, and every second, every matter of second and hundreds of seconds, numerously your data are encoded and decoded, and this data encryption process masks your IP addresses, masks your real identity. However, after mentioning the benefits of a VPN, it is very important to highlight and to underscore the point that you have to use a reliable internet, reliable VPN application, because using free VPNs, using the VPNs whose providers are not known and you do not know which company has published or which company is just at the back of those applications, it is very dangerous and endangers all your personal and professional data and information. So the point is that if you're going to use a VPN, the first rule of thumb is to avoid using free VPNs, because whenever you use a free VPN or any other free software, most importantly the free VPNs, you are the product. and the VPN is not a product. You, the user, and your information is the product. Um, and to provide just examples about VPNs, reliable VPN softwares, there are so many applications around the internet, but the one I'm using is ExpressVPN. It is quite secure. It is backed by a very prestigious company located in Europe. The other one is NordVPN. Others are Surfshark, ProtonVPN, um, Windescribe, and many other applications that are completely authentic, and you can use them, whichever of them you would like. It is a matter of choice, but I can just advise you that uh, avoid you should avoid using VPNs that are completely free, and most specifically avoid VPN applications that you do not know their publishers, or if you see the website of the publishers, uh, um, there's no address affiliated to them, there's no phone number, there's no physical data about them published in authentic websites, and you should avoid using those VPN providers. Perhaps in 2025, it might seem a little bit outdated to use antivirus software, but most of the times, and for many people who are dealing with sensitive data, for other people's data, for administrators, for banking people, for many people who are dealing with some financial information, personal information, some databases that include sensitive data, it is very important, and it is a must actually to use antivirus software. A good antivirus software can protect your devices from malware, from viruses, and from many other cyber threats. Antivirus softwares also encompass and include a firewall capability that mm, remains you secure, remains you safe on the internet. Well, the examples include Microsoft Windows Defender, Apple's Gatekeeper, and Xprotect. These are free choices, but the paid versions that are more reliable and are advised to be used for more professional users are Norton, Bitdefender, McAfee, and Node, EsetNode, Kaspersky, and many other applications. And it is also very important to keep the built-in virus definitions within the antivirus softwares up to date, because an outdated antivirus is better be removed, better be uninstalled, because its definitions are tricking you that you have some antivirus installed, but they are outdated because they are not equipped with the latest definitions of viruses published on the internet. And keeping the antivirus software up to date makes sure that you are also equipped with the definitions and the list of latest viruses on the internet. Well, social media is a very good and simultaneously dangerous place for everybody. So you should be mindful of your personal information on social media. You should adjust your privacy settings on social media softwares, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Thread, on YouTube, on WhatsApp, Telegram, and many other places. Um, the rule of thumb is less exposure is less risk. So uh, it is a very simple rule. But if you're going to have a lot of exposure to social media and the internet, the best practice is avoid oversharing personal information. Do not share your personal information anywhere. Do not say my mother's name is that, and my date of birth is that, my identity card is that, and my card is like here, revealing the card number, because those information can be used by hackers, and they will call you and tell you that, for example, your father's name is that, your identity card is that, and because of those information, you trust those people, and they can ask you for very valuable information and trick you to provide more valuable information. So you should be cautious about oversharing sensitive information. Be careful about sharing information, what to share and what not to share. And also be careful about accepting friend requests on the internet. So a download is also very important when you want to download something from the internet. First of all, please use the authentic and official sources. You want to download Microsoft? Okay, go to the official web store. On the Android, the Play Store, Google Play Store is the most official one. You want to install Office on Windows, Microsoft Windows Store or Microsoft website. You want to install, for example, a banking software. The banking software's official website is the most authentic source to download your file. If you want to download a web browser, the official web stores or like Play Store, the App Store, or Windows, Microsoft Store, or the official website of the provider like Google Chrome from Google, the Mozilla from Firefox from Mozilla's website, and many other examples that can be provided here. Just turn to and just only think about the official sources and do not trust the sources that are not official. And it is good practice to just stay alert for online scams and including fake emails and too good to be true offers. If you see some offer on the internet that is too good to be true, it is strange. How in the world is it possible for a person to provide you with such a great opportunity, such a large amount of money, such a large offer for free? Just think about it in this world. Money cares to everybody, and money is not entrusted to anybody for free. So it is very important for you to just be hesitant on the internet when you click on anything, any link, download anything. Well, it's also important to scan all downloaded softwares by the antivirus, by reliable antivirus software. And in the antivirus software, it's important to keep the virus definition up to date in this software. Well, in the banking transactions section, it is very important to protect your credit or debit card info while shopping online. Shop only on trusted platforms. Enable transaction alerts on your bank accounts, like, for example, receiving SMS text messages while money is withdrawn from your account. Activate confirmation SMSs like two-factor authentication for banking transactions. Using biometrics for banking software, using your personal information or personal computer, notebook, and phone to log into bank accounts, because some public Wi-Fi, some public computers are not good places to use your banking softwares and log into your banking accounts. Moreover, you should not entrust or give your account passwords, CVV2 numbers, expiry dates, and other sensitive data to anyone. If you installed banking apps on your phone, be careful in installing other apps from unknown sources. The other point is that just regularly review privacy settings in different social media, on your operating system, on your every account that you make on any website. And in this slide, the most important point is data. As you see, data or information in this world of information is the most crucial thing that people care about. So for a faculty member, for a student, the data is very important. For a master's student, the paper, the article, the homework, or most importantly, the master's dissertation or thesis that he or she is writing or has written is the most important achievement of years of effort, years of studies. And it is very important to keep those data intact and secure, safe from hackers, from those who want to steal your data. It is very important to use every safety measure on the internet. And most importantly, it is very important to have backups from your data. A good practice is to avoid storing your sensitive data like your thesis, dissertations, and articles and many other information on vulnerable storage devices like USB storage devices. A USB is, can be connected to your operating system today, and the next time you connect it to your operating system can be broken, and all your data will be lost. So a USB storage is by no means a reliable device. Most importantly, for long time usage, um, a CD or DVD is not a reliable device because it can be easily broken or damaged or even stolen from you. So, using cloud backup and cloud storage services is what is recommended in this presentation. I'm using Dropbox, Google Drive, and most recently mega.nz or mega.io, the official website. These are the um, cloud storage and cloud backup softwares I have been using during the past 10 years. And they have been life saving for me because I have a PC at home. I have a PC in the office. I have my mobile phone on the go when I'm on the metro, when I'm on the bus, when I'm in the taxi, or anywhere else, when I'm traveling in another city. And it is very important for me to have access to all my important data. So it is very important to back up your data, your sensitive data, in a very secure and reliable cloud storage facility like Dropbox, like for example Google Drive, like Microsoft OneDrive, like um, Mega, and many other websites and applications that secure and keep and make accessible all your important data through the internet. Um, and regularly backing up important data is the best practice in this area, and most and nearly all these cloud backup facilities encrypt your data, encrypt your backups, uh, and they are so secure and safe. Well, the last um, slide in this presentation is the emerging technologies like, for example, the deep fake, like the facilities provided by the artificial intelligence, by the most up-to-date trend of today, AI or artificial intelligence, that has made it possible for everybody to create images, create videos through the artificial intelligence, through the power provided by the AI, um, create images that are not real, that resemble reality but are not real. They are fake. Creating image of a bank account or bank transaction receipt. Creating images, for example, of a person just next to you on an image. Creating images of any other invoice, financial document, or any other legal document that is made to be done and is made possible by AI to be conducted in a matter of few seconds or few moments. You should just be more careful than before in this world of AI, because AI has made it possible for hackers to do their hacking activities more comfortably, more easily, and more quickly in a matter of seconds. It is more important so to actually be aware and be careful about all these threats in the internet. In conclusion, and at the end of this presentation, while thanking you so much for listening to this presentation, I would like to add some final touches and final points in order to conclude and finalize the presentation. Um, well, internet is a powerful and exemplary invention and a broad type of media, actually. Um, and using the internet in a correct manner actually requires something that is called media literacy. So, to be a literate person at a university, to have a PhD in a field of study like sociology, like, for example, medicine, or like engineering or any other thing, is not a guarantee to be a literate person in the area of using internet. Using internet requires its own literacy and requires its own sources to be studied, requires its own threats to be wary about, and this is called media literacy. Learning the basics and learning the foundations of the internet, the threats and their various types of attacks and dangers on the internet, and mastering how to handle them will significantly improve your online safety and privacy. These were the points I had in mind about everybody who is surfing the web, and the points can be used by students, faculty members, um, ordinary people, not academics. Everybody is going to today use internet for every purposes today, and this is very important to um, stick to the points that I mentioned here. Um, I would like to introduce the links to our social media. So the Gmail of ATU-USSUN, as I introduced at the beginning of this presentation, the YouTube channel on which perhaps you are watching this video, and the LinkedIn channel or LinkedIn page of the ATU-USSUN. We are present everywhere through the ATU-USSUN address, and the atuusun.net will be the website that we will unveil in a few days. Perhaps when you're listening and watching this video, the website is ready to um, and released to public. Um, we will be happy if you follow our social media, if you follow, subscribe for uh, our contents on the YouTube channel. We publish every workshop that we record on the YouTube channel. So we will be happy if you subscribe for more videos and follow our LinkedIn page. We will also publish more media, more channels in the next videos. This was the first video in a series, and I was a PhD student at Allama Tabatabai University and the secretary of ATU-USSUN. I'm Rasul Firuzi. I'm so happy to have been presenting this workshop and delivering these um, points to you in order to remain safe and secure. I wish everybody will remain safe and secure both in the physical world and the cyber world. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye to until the next video.